We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, myself Professor Sandip Tandel and from PATEL Institute of Technology and Research Center, UMRAKH, BARDOLI College, and here to explain the important concept of software engineering. The subject code is 2160701. Now let's start with Unit 1 SDLC model, Software Development Life Cycle Model. Today we have covered the points or topics. What is SDLC, phases of SDLC model, different types of the SDLC model. First one is a waterfall, incremental model, prototype, RAID and spiral model. Today we have covered only the SDLC and the waterfall model. Now the definition of the SDLC, the software development life cycle or system development life cycle in system engineering, information systems and software engineering. Now guys, these are the information system is a very important point over here. It is the entire process of formal logical steps taken to develop a software product. The concept generally refers to a computer or information systems. Now guys, what is the information systems? The question arises in your mind, what is the information systems? Information system is the process in which the data is transformed to a information. It also allows to management of both the data and the information and complete your informations in your task. Now, system are the composed of the people's hardware. Hardware means it is your physical devices and the software, applications, database and the procedures. Now, system analysis is the process that establishes need for the extent of the domain of the information systems. Now, here is the process like the creating and the information system, that are system to be developed. Okay guys, so these are the SDLC model. And what are the phases of the SDLC model? So next start with the phases of SDLC model. There are the 6 phases over here. First is the planning, second one is the analysis, third one is the design, fourth one is the implementation, fifth one is the testing and maintenance, and sixth one is the again the maintenance. Okay, so guys, these are the 6 phases required by the SDLC model. Now the detail about the one by one. So first one is the planning. What is the planning over here? Now first one is the planning. What is the planning? If the phase is general about the companies or objectives. Now such a question asks the important question, if you are doing in a company, then should the existing system be continue? Should the existing systems be modified? Should the existing system be replaced? Okay guys, so if it is decided, then in your system necessary, the next question whether it is feasible or not. Okay, so feasibility means it is a changing according to that requirements. Now next one is the analysis phase. Analysis phase is problem during if you have any problem by the planning phase, then examine the problems and detail by the analysis phase. The existing hardware and the software systems also study during the analysis phase. The result of analysis should be better the function area, better the understanding of the functional area. Now guys, these are the as well as the potential problem and the opportunities. And the analysis phase also include the create the logical system design or the design. Now next come to the detailed system design. Detailed system specifications that are designed to complete the design of the system process. It includes all the necessary technical specifications like the for the screens, menus, repos and the other activities. Next come for the implementations. During the implementation phase, the hardware, the DBMS software and the application program are installed in your computers and data should be a coding, testing and debugging to the implementations. Now, until it's set to the deliver after testing is concluded, so finally documentation is the review and printed out. The system will be the continuously evaluated to 5 better performance. Now next one is the maintenance. What is maintenance guys over here? Maintenance is always the system is operational and being to replace changing to act. Now 3 types of the maintenance. Let me see the figure guys. Corrective maintenance, adaptive maintenance and the perfective maintenance. Now introduce one by one. First one is the corrective maintenance. What is the corrective? Corrective means does respond to the system errors. If the system gets any errors and to maintain the errors or solve the errors to the corrective maintenance. What is the adaptive maintenance? Adaptive maintenance means if there are any changes in your attitude like the business enrollment peoples, this type of the maintenance is the adaptive maintenance. And what is the perfective maintenance over here? Perfective maintenance is the enhance the system. This all about the SDLC systems life cycle model. Okay guys, so these are the complete about the phases of SDLC model. Now, so also they covered the points today, the types of the SDLC model. Now the first type is the waterfall model. So here in the waterfall model there are the 6 phases. First phase is a requirement analysis, system design, implementation, testing, deployment and the maintenance. Let me see the figure. So these are the first waterfall model life cycle to be used the widely in a software engineering to ensure the success of the project. So use all the software engineering use the waterfall model. Whole process is divided into the separate phases. If process is the if any process is there, if it is any product is there, if it is problem is there, the problem is divided into the series of the phases. Okay. Now let me see the figures. Here outcome of one phase access to another phase means outcome of the requirement analysis input to the system designs and output to the system design to input to the implementation, then output to the implementation, then input to the testing and output to the testing, then input to the deployment and lastly output to the deployment, then input to the maintenance. So these are the phases of the exit to input to next phase to next phase. Okay, so this is actually the top down approach. Okay, so here the procedure, all procedure are the linearly or sequential approach. Let us see one thing you have remember, if one phase is completed that you go for the next phase without completion of the one phase. Okay guys, without completion of the one phase do not go for the next phase. So one it is freeze, go to the next zone. One it is freeze, next go to the next steps, next zone, like that. So we have to follow is a waterfall model. So like if a water drop here in a one phase, that outcome to the next stage, that given come to the outcome to the next stage. So drop water stage will be the high to low or top to bottom. That type to follow it. Now describe one by one. First one is the requirement analysis. Now what do you mean by requirement analysis? So here requirement gathers and documented in a requirement specifications. The document show whatever the uses of the requirement. Suppose I am saying the person means I want to bond this I want to bond this type of the specification. So output like that, to want to product like that, show that the application like that. So you give some specification, the ideas to the team people, so that these are the requirement analysis. Okay guys, so that will be the write in the documented form only. Let me note it down in your notebook. This is only for the documented form. Whatever the user requirement and whatever the customer requirement, that first will be the documented form. Now next phase will be the system design. It is held to specify the hardware and the system requirement, also define over all the system architecture, means what type of the hardware to use and what type of the system requirement we need. So define overall to the system architecture to complete your systems and whatever you need to complete your design. So that will be the system design will phase. Now okay, I know the documentations, then I have seen the hardware components, and next go for the implementation. Now guys, let me see the pictures. So in the implementations, with the input from system design, that is called system, will develop this small program units. Like here we are implement a program into the small units, that here each unit is tested first and the functionality, and to refer to is unit testing. Now we are writing a code and we are testing to each unit by, that is unit testing. We are come in the implementation. Okay guys, so my product is over here until small program is tested and it is successfully, so that will be checked in the testing phase. Let me see the guys figures. Fourth one is the testing phase. After the deployment, now here testing phase, integration testing. Write down the note it down here guys, integration testing. Now making a small program, that is called a unit testing. So each unit we are testing. After that all units are combined, the unit testings is called the integration testing. All units is integrated and tested complete for any of the faults and failures of the stage. Now next come, if you are any fault to the system, if you are any failure to the system, that next stage will be the deployment. Is nothing but is a functional and the non-functional testing. Okay, everything was done, testing was done, my product will complete it, you are delivered the product to the market or to the customer ready for the enrollment, so you are released the market. So this stage is called the deployment. Okay, it released the everything in my product, is running a market and customer use that product. So even though my project is over, my product is delivered, if any issues come up from client side, that you have the fixed problem, that you have the enhanced to that the produce that the stage of any of this stage. Okay guys, so these are the, if you have any issues to the customer side, these are come from the maintenance stage. Maintenance stage will be occur customer enrollment or client only. Maintenance stage will over the customers and clients. If any issues from the client enrollment, so this will be the fix, and that stage will be the maintenance stage. So guys, these are the different stages of waterfall model. First, requirement analysis, system design, implementations, integration testing, deployment, and the maintenance. Now let us see advantages of disadvantages and some describe about the waterfall models. So to discuss all about the topics, it also the linear sequential chain. See the figure, these are the linear sequential, sequence by sequence. So it is the model, whole application is developed in a sequential approach, and in this model each phase must be completed fully before the next phase will be begin. Okay guys, so these are the 6 phases, all one phases is completed, then go for the next phases. Now where to use the waterfall model? requirements are very well known. If the requirements are very well known, this type of the project will be used the waterfall model. Product definition is stable, then technology is must be understood, guys, okay, and the new version of the existing product. This type of the area will be the use the waterfall model. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the waterfall model? First one is, this model is simple. Okay, this model is the simple because requirement is very well understood by the customers and the developers. So these are the very simple, easy to understand and use. In this model, phases are processed and the completed one at a time. Phases do not overlap. Okay guys, these are not overlap. If one phases are complete, then go for the next phase. If the second phase are complete, go for the third phase. So this is not a overlap process. So waterfall model works well for small projects only and requirements are very well understood. It's only for the small project. Okay. So next one is the disadvantages of the waterfall model. It is only the suitable for the small size projects only. Okay guys, these are the small size projects. Second, constant testing of the design is needed. Okay, these are the testing, the design is the needed, design is the compulsory for the testing phase. Without design, testing is not doing well. So if the requirement may change, the waterfall model may not work. Okay, if requirement like to deliver the product in the customers, and customer may be confused, some requirement will change, so this is not possible after deliver the products. High amount of risk, obviously high amount of risk. If the product will not satisfy the customer will not satisfy the product, so that will be high amount of risk. Once an application is the testing stage, it is very difficult to go back and change something that was not well throughout the concept stage. Okay guys, these are very difficult. If I am already saying, if one phase is completed, then second phase is started, second phase is completed, then third phase is started, you do not go back all the phases. Okay guys, these are the disadvantages of waterfall model. So thank you guys, and thank you very much.